Shaq Barrett joining us this morning with hopefully some big fun stories to tell. Shaq, good morning. What's up, man? Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me. Good morning.
I got to start by asking you about what we saw all day yesterday. It looked like the party of all parties, and of course, that trophy throw from Brady. I was so nervous watching that. Come on, tell me that didn't make you just a little bit nervous if that Lombardi wasn't caught.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we had a lot of stuff going on the water. We had some boats going by to go pick it up, but I think that would have sunk all the way to the bottom, man. That was a little nerve-wracking. I still like watching that video today. It's a good video for sure. I'm glad it worked out perfectly.
Shaq, bro, come on, man. 1 sack away from being the MVP in the Super Bowl. Bro, you've been turning it up, and it's awesome watching your career and seeing you progress and get better as you age. So hats off to you and whatever you're doing in the offseason. Quick question for you. Week 12 to the Super Bowl, what was the difference in the game plan?
So defensively, we always had 6-man box against them because we knew they wasn't going to run too much, but we had more help on Tyreek Hill and just had guys over the top in more zones. And then for Kelsey, we just trusted Levante and Devin to be on Kelsey. Too much of the game plan and change on Kelsey, but hey, we just it was the Super Bowl. That was the biggest difference. We had the mentality that we got to do whatever it took to get the win, and no matter what the play was that was called, we had to make it work. And we got the guys on the back end, grave diggers. They was back there doing their thing, and we was putting pressure on them up front. So it just worked perfectly.
Stay with me right here. I know it's a team game, right? And we've been talking about you for weeks now. So just stay with me here. The best, individual performance in a playoff run. One man, he beat Drew Brees, he beat Aaron Rodgers, and he beat Patrick Mahomes, the baby GOAT. Todd Bowles, man. Tell me about Todd Bowles.
Man, Coach Bowles is the guru behind all of it, man. He know exactly, since day one, he know exactly what was going on with the defense to make us improve and help us improve. We just had to do it, and we haven't, did it in the games that we lost, as you can see, because we lost, and we was always communication. He always put us in the right positions at the right times. It was just up to us to make the plays, and as you saw, in that Super Bowl, we was making them plays. We was right in the hip pocket of the receivers. We was pressuring the quarterback. Coach Bowles, man, he did a great job. I'm happy that he's still going to be with us for the hopefully for the foreseeable future.
One more year. That's it.
So Shaq, listen, I've always liked and respected you. You don't remember this, I'm sure, but I interviewed you a few times when you were with Denver in your first year with Tampa on my radio show. You've been a great guy. And I'd like to say I'm happy for you, but I'm not. One of the best moments of your life is one of the worst moments of mine. And so I don't even really want to talk about the Super Bowl. So I want to ask you something else. I want to ask you a tough question. Better defense, 2015 Broncos, your first ring, or the 2020 Bucks, your most recent ring?
Hey, that is a great question. I mean... I'm gonna have to go with now because I don't see nobody doing that to Mahomes, man. Holding them to 9 points, no touchdowns. That performance was amazing. I know back in 2015 we had a lot of outstanding players and a lot of great performances, but 9 points to the world champs or former world champs, the baby GOAT Chiefs, man, it's crazy, man. Ain't nobody see that coming. I most definitely did. I knew the win was coming, but I ain't know only no touchdowns and 9 points was going to be the end result.
I do want to follow up a bit because it does remind me, the two Super Bowls of each other, which is you had MVP quarterbacks you're up against. Cam was 15-1 that year and was spectacular. And you really could see from the opening quarter, oh, wait, they can't block him. And I'm not blaming Mike Rimmers. I know he was a part of both, but it was just, they can't block him. And I know you weren't as big of a focal point in 2015 as you were this year, but being in those huddles when your defense is off the field, how early in each of the games did you guys realize, and was it around the same time, they just can't block us?
So it was like the first play, I know I had the pressure on the first play, but I came off free on that play. But just from film study, I knew they couldn't block us. Like, they couldn't block us last time they played us. And then now to have this extra motivation of it being a Super Bowl champion, like a Super Bowl game, championship game, and we know that we could control the game if we get pressure on them. Like, it was no way, like, none of the guys up front was going to be blocked. Like, we wanted it too bad. And, like, I don't recall one point in the game where we said, no, they ain't going to be able to block. It's like, because we was on it. But once number 77 started talking, it was over for him, like, right at that instant.
Nice.
It was over.
Shaq, I've been victimized by making plans, you know, at the bar. Where you're out with your buddies, you're like, yeah, we should open our own bar. Or like, yeah, we should all go on vacation next year we should all go on vacation. And then you get a text the next morning like, hey, what's the plan? Let's talk to our business agent about opening up the bar. Like, oh boy, I didn't really mean that. So yesterday, while everyone's celebrating, like, we're bringing everybody back. Everyone's getting a contract. Oh, AB's back and Gronk back and Shaq Barrett back. Everyone's coming back. Bruce Arians not letting anyone leave. How do you balance the need to look around as a free agent and, you know, do what's best for you, and the sort of, like, I guess, emotional longing to be with a Super Bowl team?
All right, so it's not necessarily a need to look around. It's just saying what the market would be like to make sure I'm getting, like, the value that I would go for in the open market. So I think that's the only importance of that. But personally, we want to be down in Tampa. We like it down here. We got faith that both sides can be able to get it done. Like, yeah, I'm not trying to go back to struggling to make the playoffs or anything. And I love going to the playoffs, man. That's what it's all about. Just had that chance to be able to make it to the Super Bowl. So I know, like you said, there was a lot of planning at the bar going on yesterday.
Don't mess up your leverage. Don't talk too much.
I was like, yeah, but no. I'm trying to. I haven't been paid. I've been 1 year contract, league minimums all my career until last year and this year. I need to get paid. I most definitely need to get paid.
Hey, Shaq, let me ask you a question. I don't know if you've had a chance to sit back and watch the game. I don't know how long, you know, between the game being played and all the euphoria settles down, you actually sit back and go over it in your head. But was there anything that surprised you? I mean, I know you guys believed how good you were, but this is also a Chiefs team that's never out of a game, even if there's a minute left and they're down by 105. But when you look back at how much you dominated that game, now that you've let it settle in, you look back and you say, well, you know what, that actually surprised me. Or Honey Badger going after Brady surprised me. Or was there anything that really, like, stuck out to you that would shock us, that surprised you?
I won't think. I mean, just the fact that we dominated the way we did. We know, like, they got playmakers over on that side of the ball in their offense, so we thought their playmakers were gonna get some plays or make something big happen. But, like, our guys, like, everybody stepped up, like, tremendously to keep them to whatever. Like, we would dominate them all the way to 3 quarters. That's when they started getting yards. It was the 4th quarter, man. Like, it ain't nothing surprising. Like, it was surprising to see Brady go after Honey Badger like that, Tyrann Mathieu. I only saw, I've never seen that side of him before, like, they actually go up to a guy like that. It was cool, man. We know we was ready to rally behind him and do the same thing on defense, get back on the field and start running our mouths and going after that guys on offense.
All right, Shaq, let's get messy a little bit, man. You got a couple more weeks as the Super Bowl champs to say whatever you want to say. So I need you to keep it real with me, right? So beginning of this year, we were talking about, and we talked about it every week on the show, who's going to be that 05 Pittsburgh Steelers team that is just middle-of-the-road type team, and then all of a sudden they hit their stride come December, January, and they take off, they win the Super Bowl. We were looking at the Las Vegas Raiders. We were looking at you guys. You guys happen to be that team. But at the beginning of this year, it was messy. How real was the beef between Bruce Arians and Tom Brady?
Hey, that beef. Hey, I didn't think it was a beef for real, but I thought that BA was real aggressive with it. I'm looking like, dang, BA, calm down a little bit, man. You going at him a little too hard. Like, hey, we know he's still a human. He gonna make some mistakes, man. He gonna get it together. He know what he gotta do. But yeah, BA was going at his neck for real at the beginning of the year. But Tom took it all in stride, made the changes, like, and yeah, became the Super Bowl champ again. I guess it worked, though. It worked.
Shaq, Shaq, I just want to give you a moment, and I know we don't have a ton of time here, but to tell the audience what this means for you. You said 1-year contracts, but the story's much deeper than that. People don't, you went to Boys Town High School. I think Ndamukong Suh talked to you when you were a teenager there and he was winning the Heisman Trophy. You were undrafted. You've never had a long contract. When you had 20 sacks, you get franchise tagged. To go from where you were, small school, undrafted, tough childhood, to Super Bowl champion and about to really cash in. For you personally, what does this moment mean?
Oh, it means everything, man. It literally was God's plan for me. Like, I was ready to sign with Cincinnati after, last year, but for some reason they, like I said, they pulled my offer, had me frustrated. So the Bucs is that kind of a fallback option, man. And, like, it just landed me down here, put me in the position I am now to go out there, have 19.5 sacks, and come back and be part of a championship defense. It's just all surreal, man. Like, literally, like, it has to be divine intervention on this. Like, just keep fighting, keep grinding, keep going. You never know how close you are to breaking through.
It's a great lesson, Shaq. Hey, before we let you go, tell us a little bit about your 50/50 Foundation.
Oh, 50/50 Foundation is something that me and my wife is real passionate about, but it's really hard.